Hi everyone, it's me, it's Julia with Psychic Royalty. Yes, thank you so much for your likes, your shares, your comments, your subscribes. You guys are amazing. I finally had some time this evening and I want us to start with our tarot card learning. I want to have this conversation with you before we actually start getting into the videos of actually learning how to read cards, okay? I'm going to tell you from my perspective. Yes, there's 76 cards in a tarot card deck, okay? A tarot card deck. Not oracle decks, not, affirmation decks, not those kind of things. We're talking about a tarot deck, okay? I feel, first of all, as a tarot card reader, that all of you have your own favorite deck. Something that feels good to you. Something that you connect with. That's very important in picking a tarot card deck. Okay, some people like decks that are more darker. Some people like decks that are more flowery or more romantic. You understand what I'm saying? So the key thing, first of all, is to find a deck that you enjoy. You enjoy looking at. It feels good in your hands. Okay? That's step number one. When we start talking about oracle decks or affirmation decks or soulmate messages or all that, that's just a plus on top of the reading, right? Or gives you a basis of what is going on in the reading or in the situation, okay? So that you can get a better understanding of what is going on with a particular situation or question. Now, there's all kinds of different spreads you can do. You can do a 1-card spread, you can do a 3-card spread, you can do a pyramid spread, you can do a Celtic cross spread. You can do one for every month of the year, right? It all depends what you're asking, what you feel comfortable with, right? Your way of reading, right? You may want to put 3 across for the past, 3 in the middle for what's happening right now, and 3 and what's going to be the outcome. You can do a spread where you're putting cards on one side for you, one side for your person, and then the middle row can be what the outcome will be between the two of you. Clarifying your reading is really good as well. It gives you more detail, right? Because I feel when you just lay down cards and you don't clarify, or you're doing a Celtic cross, those initial cards you put down can all change by the clarifying cards, right? I'll give you an example. It's like you can find your outcome card, right? Could be the 10 of Swords, and you're like, oh my God, Julia, it's something has come to an end. Now, if I'm doing a love reading for you and I just leave it like that, what came to an end? Your relationship came to an end? Somebody has put their pain to an end? You can't really give a good outcome like that without clarifying what that outcome card is, right? Right. It's like when you do the Celtic cross, right? The first 2 cards is, the person that you're reading for, and then what's covering this person? What's the problem? What is the issue at hand, right? So clarifying is really important when you're doing a reading, because I feel like you really are not getting the full story. Okay, you can be getting part of it, but it's not the full story. Okay, because cards can change. The meaning could change, because I could have, for example, this card up, which means Cancer, which means movement, right? But maybe the cards I'm going to add is maybe this is just somebody's thought, but they actually don't do it. I'm just saying, I'm just giving an example. All right. The next thing I want to talk about is it's really important when you find your favorite deck to really get a feeling for the cards, looking at the pictures. What is really going on with that specific card? Now everybody says, oh, Chariot. Chariot's movement. It's Cancer. Yes, it is movement. But I'm going to show you something right now. I pulled the same card from 3 different decks. I pulled the same card, one from the Tarot Grand Lux. I pulled the same card from the Light Seers deck. I want you guys to enjoy learning how to do tarot. So we're going to have fun here. We're just going to be nice and easy, right? And we're going to learn. No pressure here from me, okay? And so we've got Tarot Grand Lux, we've got Light Seers deck, and we've got traditional tarot, Rider's Waite. Okay, I'm going to hold up these cards, and I want you to take a look, and you'll understand what I'm saying to you. Look at this card here. What is going on in this card? Yes, it is the Chariot. Yes, it's the sign of Cancer. Yes, it's supposed to be forward movement, but is this really forward movement? Look at that. What's going on here? Looks like somebody wants to go, but the horses are one horse is going one way, the other horse is going the other way. It's a little all tripped up in the reins of the Chariot. I don't think this is forward movement here. I feel somebody wants to move forward, but they're really confused about which way to go. It looks problematic. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, let's look at the Chariot from the Light Seers deck. What do you see here? You see somebody ready to go. Both horses are going in the same direction, right? No one's not veering off to the left or the right. They're both facing forward. So I would say in this, when I'm reading this, that yes, there's forward movement. Here, it's forward movement, but someone's not quite sure which direction to go in. Now, if I go with the traditional Rider's Waite, yes, it's the Chariot, it's Cancer, but my interpretation of this is yes, somebody wants to come forward, but do you really see this person going anywhere? First of all, they're in a stone chariot. The two sphinxes are statues. They're both lying down. This chariot's really not moving. Now, it all depends what the cards are next to that, right? But right off the bat, you can distinguish, right? The decks are not the same. They're all different. And the reason why I'm pointing this out to you, because it's not only important to just read the book, right? I never read the book. It's not about just reading the book and having the meaning. It's also very important that you tell the story of what you're seeing in the image that you're looking at, depending on which deck you're using, right? The images are different. Even looking at the king and queens, right? Look at their stance. Hair color can make a difference, right? It could be a queen of cups, you know, who's got blonde hair. So maybe we're dealing with a female with blonde hair who has water in her chart. Or she's got Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or maybe she is that zodiac sign. It's all about the stance, the expression on the face, right? What is going on in that picture? In some decks, the Queen of Cups has the lid on the cup, which means she's not giving her love out anymore, easily. Whereas the Queen of Cups is the most loving and nurturing queen, right? I'm just trying to make this easy for you so you can understand. Now, a lot of people have taken the context of what is going on with the tarot cards, and I don't know where these explanations are coming from, right? But I want you to look at this card, and I'm bringing it up right now. This is the Three of Cups. Do you guys know the actual meaning of the Three of Cups? It's celebration, it's going out, it's coming together, it's having a reunion. I don't know why people are saying the Three of Cups is three-party. It's not a third party. Even in the traditional Rider's Waite, the Three of Cups is not a third party. It's not. It's celebration, it's reunion, it's having a good time, it's celebrating. You see what I'm saying to you? Okay. Now, when we talk about the Three of Swords, yeah, that's considered a third party. That's considered heartbreak. That's considered sadness, right? So pay attention to how you're being taught or what you're listening to, or, you know, because some people have just taken the complete context of what a card means and they've given their own meaning to it, which is far off from what the actual meaning of the card is. All right? Very important to look at the imagery. Really. Very important. Let me just give you an example here. Okay. Look at this Four of Swords. Okay, when we say Four of Swords, somebody's resting. Somebody could have passed away, knock on wood. Right? Somebody's healing. Somebody's fought a battle and now they're resting. I want you to take a look at this card and I want you to look up in this corner. Okay? What do you see? You see a man lying down, right? You see him resting, right? And but look at the Knight of Swords up in that corner. So what could that tell us? That this person is healing. Maybe he's even contemplating about rushing in somewhere, right? Maybe he knows he has to heal before he can rush and go towards who he wants to go towards, right? It's also a very spiritual card, right? Somebody connecting with the divine. Just saying. All cards show up a little bit differently. Now, if you look at this Queen of Wands in this deck, yes, she is attractive. Yes, she looks like she's in her own power, but look at the expression on her face. I would not trust this Queen of Wands. I just wouldn't. So it's all about the feeling that you get, right, when you look at that card. Okay? She's also got serpents on each side of her here. It looks like, I don't know, when I'm looking at this from a different deck, the Queen of Wands looks a little bit different, right? Here, she looks a little, you could say, sneaky, manipulative, right? Somebody that you would kind of have to watch your back with, right? That's why I'm saying it's so important for you to look at your deck and what is going on this deck, right? What are you actually seeing here? Right? The Lovers in this particular deck, yes, it's two people that love each other. They're soulmates. But then we've got cranes in front of them. And cranes, in other cultures, are a symbol of good luck, good fortune, right? So there's good luck, good things coming to these two people that are soulmates or who love each other. You can see this card, there's a hangman, right? Now, if I was to pull the Light Seer's hangman, you can see somebody hung upside down, and their fingers are actually touching the water. What is water in tarot? Water in tarot is emotions, right? So you've got somebody hanging upside down because they're really trying to get in touch with their emotions. Let me see if we can see that in this one. Yes, in this one too. In the Rider's Waite, no. So this person's hanging upside down, trying to connect with the divine, trying to get clarity, but also to get in touch with their true emotions. They're not going to be hung upside down forever. But you understand what I'm saying to you. It's so important to look. Now, in other decks, the Seven of Wands, right? The person's got the staff across their chest. There's wands coming at them like this. Here, if you look at the Seven of Wands, this person is ready to fight. He's not protecting his heart. He's getting ready to fight whoever comes up against him here. So, before I'm going to do more videos for you, I really want you to get comfortable. I want you to find a deck, if you don't have one already, that you really like. Find a deck that you really, really like. Maybe you like the pictures. Maybe you like the texture of the card, how it feels in your hand. I can tell you, I've had decks where I can't stand the deck because the turn-off for me is the way the card feels in my hand. You understand? It's all of it. It's all of it all together. It's the imagery. It's the way the card feels in your hand. The way it shuffles. I mean, it goes down to a precise feeling when you've got that deck in your hand. Now also, when you are reading cards, right, and you have several decks, if you're connected with the divine will tell you which deck to go towards. They will. It's about getting still and quiet and really hearing what the divine wants to tell you in regards to reading a deck. I mean, reading a card, right? Or which deck you're being attracted to do a specific reading. All those things are very important. They're not things that you should just disregard. Now, it's not about literally reading, I mean, like reading the book and coming up with the interpretation that the book has told you, right? Because when you start laying one card after the other, it becomes a story. It becomes a story. So, I'm going to leave you with that right now. I want you to think about that. I want you to get comfortable with your deck. It's very important to read the main explanations of each card, right, for right now. And very soon I'll do another video with you where we're actually going to start, we'll do the major arcana first, and then we'll take the minor arcana by suit, okay? But I'm just giving you food for, see this new moon, food for thought, all right, right now, as to things that you should look at, all right, and get comfortable with, all right, and really take a look at the imagery on your card, or your cards, should I say. And just if you just look at each one of them, what do you get from that? What story can you tell from that one card that you're looking at? What are you getting from that? What kind of energy are you getting from that? What are you seeing in that card? Are you looking at all the details of exactly what is going on there? Also, another thing I want to tell you, you may want to start learning about numerology, right? Numerology is very important, especially when you're dealing with tarot cards and the numbers that are showing up. Even in oracle cards. Okay? You know, like 6. 6 has to do with love. 5 has to do with change. 4 has to do with balance. You see what I'm saying to you? 11, 33. 33 is a master number. 11 is a spiritual number. If you start seeing 222, 111 in the cards, right? It's trying to give you a message that way too. So it would benefit you to know numerology as well. It's just a plus when you're doing cards, okay? I do feel, and I'm not going to lie, you can read a book, right? But to give a really powerful reading and a truthful reading, and to be able to do a reading without actually sitting across from somebody and actually seeing what's going on, that's pretty powerful. And that has to do with your connection with spirit. It has to do with your psychic abilities. It also has to do, it's an art. Not everybody has that blessing, right? Now, if you just want to pick up cards and read for yourself just so you can kind of get an idea of what is going on in your life, that sometimes doesn't work either, because sometimes you're putting your own thoughts in that reading for yourself, right? Depending on how you're feeling at that particular time. Are you upset when you're doing the reading? Are you over the moon when you're doing the reading? You hear what I'm saying to you? Okay. Hopefully the majority of you are ascending, you are connecting with spirit, and you're going to be able to combine both reading tarot and the guidance you're getting spiritually when you're reading your cards. There's something else very important I wanted to tell you. And what is it? I don't want to finish the video until I think about it. Okay. I'll try to remember it for the next video. But there was a key point that I wanted to mention to you about reading. Oh, here it is. If you're going to read tarot cards, right, try to make it in a way where, like if you're reading for your friends or you want to start your own channel, don't read just to read. Read so that your readings actually benefit people and help people spiritually or with whatever is troubling them, so you can help them out of certain situations that are unhealthy for them, or teach them or show them how to proceed or what they need to do or not to do in a connection. You know what I mean? Use it in a good way. Alright? So I love you. I hope this was helpful. Like I said, I'm going to give you guys a couple of days, or like 4 days, 5 days, to really start playing with your deck. Really getting a feeling for it. If that deck does not feel comfortable, if it doesn't speak to you, if it doesn't do anything for you, then try to find a deck that does speak to you, because that's so important when you're reading. You've got to be able to connect with your deck. If you can't connect with, like, you know, somebody, I'll give you an example, right? Like, I would never touch an Illuminati deck. There's other decks too, I can't even remember, but they're dark for me. Me personally, I don't like dealing with dark images when I'm doing my readings. So others of you, I have no problem with it. Others of you feel like you get more out of the reading when it's a darker story. And that's fine. But what I'm trying to tell you is you got to pick a deck that's right for you. What you feel comfortable, what speaks to you. Alright? So, there's the intro. Let's get started. Alright? Play with your deck. Read the initial meanings, the real meanings of what the cards mean. Okay? And we'll go from there. Alright? I love you all very much. And I'm going to be really happy for you guys to join me in this series of tarot card readings. Okay? Love and kisses to y'all. I'll see you really soon. Bye.